Welcome back to Current Pest Control. Today is Friday, September the 9th. We're working in Waxahachie, Southside, closer to Forreston. But we're working on bee removal in a dilapidated camper trailer. Let me show you what we got. You can see where the owners have attempted to close in the bees, and they're going in right there. So let me show you where they're actually at. They're in this little panel here. Not taking up a whole lot of space. So we're gonna start pulling this thing apart and see if we can identify where that queen is. They're a little upset, rightfully so. But hopefully it won't be too bad once we get started. Not a very large hive, but definitely used to be larger than it is. They don't have a whole lot of room to run, so this should be fairly straightforward as long as I don't fall through this flooring. There it is. A little bit of wiring to work through. So let me see if I can get this camera set up on a decent angle for y'all. Got a little bit of honey, a little bit of brood in here. I'm going to focus on the broods. And I've got my queen clip, so if I see her, I'll grab her. I'm going to hold off on using the vacuum just to see if we can do this without it, because ultimately I'm just going to leave this sitting here until nightfall and then come back and pick them up. They got eggs, so there's definitely a queen still around. And with any removal, you want to make sure you orient the hive or the brood in the same manner in which the bees had it in the colony. Don't see the queen on that one. Good brood pattern. A little bit of pollen stores on here, which keeping pollen in a hive this time of year is not the best idea just because of hive beetles. So I want to minimize how much of that I add to this box, and I'll feed them back a pollen patty once they get established to this hive. Nice healthy looking bees. honey towards this outside edge. This is mostly honey, so that's not something that I want to add to this colony, because it'll just weight it down, make for a very bad mess. So pull all that out, throw it off to the side. We'll take these little scrappy pieces and put those together, because it looks like the rest of this is just going to be honey. Wedge that in there. And they'll take and build that all back together. Now it's time to get these girls wrangled up and into their new living quarters. If I had my guess about it, I'm going to say she's right down there in that big cluster right there. See if she pops out. No. Alright, so I had a little bit of a snafu with the camera. Ended up knocking the battery out of it. But I pulled the back end of the camper off, set the box on top of it, and now they're all starting to march towards the box. Haven't seen the queen just yet, but at this point, I don't think it is really going to be much of an issue since they're already going that way. So I'll put a little smoke to the backside and do a little bit of looking around, see if I can spot her. Sometimes it helps just leaving the camera run. In this instance, take a look at this. There goes the queen right there. Thank you, Jesus. I spent about the next 20 minutes looking through bee by bee trying to find this queen with no luck. At some point, you just gotta say, you know what, the bees are going into the box. They seem content with what we've got going on. Go ahead, wrap it up, come back later, and then in most cases you can go through it the next day, but in this case I didn't find out I had the queen until
went back through the video, so I went ahead and put the disc on Queen Excluder, set them up, and then I'll start putting them on feed come tomorrow.
Well, I was not able to locate the queen, but they've definitely taken to the box. I've got the brood in there. I'll clean up this little bit of honey and trash on the ground, so that way it's not attracting field bees to come over here and possibly rob out what's left in this. And then I'll be back this evening to collect these girls, take them onto the yard. Thank you for watching. Keep on watching. Like, subscribe, ring that bell. Have a great day.